As we mentioned before, type definition are a set of types that completely describe the possible data that you can query on the service. And GraphQL comes with a set default of scalar types out of the box. And I will put them here in one line. The string and the integer, float, boolean, and id. The string is a sequence of characters like what we explored before. Here we will pass the string as a type returned from the hello field. The integer, they are numbers without component fractional like 0, 1, 2, and so on. The float are the numbers with decimal point like 1.5 or 99.9%, for example. The boolean return one of the value true or false. The ID is a unique identifier. We use it to reference to a particular item inside database, for example, user or product, and so on. Since our project will be a full movie website review, we can pass here some fields that any kind of movie needs. So let's pass all these scalar types inside the query. Title, type string. The release date will be an integer, for example, 2020 or 23. The rating will be a float, 4.5, or any number with decimal point. And in showroom will be a boolean type. So if the movie is in showroom, we will return true. Otherwise, we will return false. As you see here, we have all fields are required and enable except the last one, which is optional. For resolvers here, let's return our hard-coded data for every field we have here on the top, and I am going to pass some dummy data that I have prepared already. So we have the title, Halloween Kills, title of this movie, and the release date 2021, and the rating will be 4.5, and we are not going to pass this last function, which is responsible to return the in showroom boolean, such as is an optional. So let's save our work. Now we need to restart our server. So let's do that manually for now. And Ctrl+C and run again npm run div. Now let's test our query in the Apollo Explorer to see if we get the right data as expected. Now we deleted this hello query, we don't have it anymore. And I want to add this new query we have here with all fields we have inside this query. Let's run our query, and as expected, we get back the right data. And you can see for the in showroom boolean, we get null because it's an optional field. But if we go back here to our type diffs and we put here an exclamation mark to make it required, and let's check what we get back in our response without providing any function inside the resolvers to retrieve this field. Save your work and restart the server again. And this is the last time we are going to start the server manually. npm run div again, and now let's ask for the same query, and as expected we get back an error says that we cannot return null for non-label field. What's happened here exactly is that a GraphQL reference implementation ensures that it returns the type of our resolvers that attach to our type definition in the GraphQL schema, and this is in fact one of the advantages of GraphQL because it enforces that the API actually acting in a way that is promised by the schema definition. So let's go back to the code and let's provide a value for this in showroom boolean. And let's say it will be true. Now, if we save our work and try again the same query, it will be success. We'll return this value as we see here. In the next lecture, we are going to talk about object types. But before that, we want to add another tool for our application, which is NodeMon, that help us to restart the server automatically. And if you go to your browser and type npm, as you see here, we have the page, this npm package, which is help us developers Node.js-based application by automatically restarting Node application when file changed. So this tool will restart application every time we make any change. Also copy the npm and go to your terminal, stop the server, and pass the npm installation. Once the installation is finished, let's change our application JSON script inside of say node, won't say NodeMon. Okay, Ctrl+S or Command+S if you are on Mac to save, and run again your terminal, npm run div. And now we have our server is starting and NodeMon is watching our project, and every time we make any change, they will reflect it automatically without restarting the server manually. In next lecture, as mentioned before, we are going to talk about object types.